Hey guys, welcome to the Tough Puff. Today is Friday, so we're going to be doing a Friday tournament. Yeah. So, the deck I've chosen for this tournament is Wailord. We're doing the standard format. I love me some Wailord, as you guys know from the video I posted, the deck profile. I changed 3 cards in the list. I took out the Lugia for Lucario, took out the 2 double Carless for 2 fighting energies. Now, this means that we can no longer attack with Aegislash. We can no longer retreat Bunnelby with 1 attachment. But we still have the capability to one-shot our opponent's Bunnelbys with Missile Jab, and we can utilize Corkscrew Smash if need be to draw until we have 6 cards in hand. And knowing how much Wailord actually tends to dead draw, this might actually be an interesting thing. So, thanks to whoever commented about maybe potentially running the Lucario. This will be the first time I actually test it, but I want to put this in to actually show if it'll work or not on the channel. And we're going to go do a tournament. So you guys should know how this deck works by now. And let's go. Hey guys, so we just finally got into a tournament. You guys are going to finally see how this Wailord deck works in action. Hopefully, I'll be able to play it in a way maybe to teach some of you guys exactly how the deck works, because I know it's not the easiest deck to play. But I definitely want to at least show some gameplay of it so you guys know that I'm not a fraud, that the Wailord is not a fraud, and that it's actually a good deck now. It got second at Nationals last year, but that does not mean that it is dead. It definitely can get second at Nationals again this year. It could even win the whole thing, depending on the matchups it faces. If Greninja dies out, because there's so much Garb in the format, this would actually be a really good deck. Now, this hand we have isn't very good, but considering we have the energy removal, there's a good chance it will be able to survive long enough to get us some more heal cards. Probably some more applicable ones, since Cassius or AZ would lose us the game. We could get Pokemon Fan Club, we could get a bunch of different stuff. So he's starting with there we go, a Max Potion. Excuse me, a Max Potion. So that's gonna be our turn. Fair warning to you guys, that's how a lot of turns with Wailord goes. This video might be pretty boring. So yeah, I'm gonna try and talk to you the best I can here, but I don't know. Wailord's one of those decks that like you do absolutely nothing, but you still have to think so much about exactly what you're doing. So this is going to be a difficult matchup, I feel, because Zygarde can have that little power cell or whatever to hit for 200 damage on Wailord, and I believe it does more damage if he has strong energy attached. So he could be hitting for up to 260 in one shot, which means if we don't get a hard charm, and if we don't get a Fighting Fury Belt, we might actually end up just losing just like that. But luckily, we have our Team Flare Grunt here, we have Max Potion, so we shouldn't have to worry about getting knocked out for at least a couple turns. Because he's doing 90 now. Next turn with a strong energy, he'd be doing 80, 90, 100, 110. At the worst, if he somehow has a Giovanni, that's 130. And then 90 and 130 means we are at 220 and we still live. Now, Regirock. Regirock's different. So 60, 70, 90, 100. Next turn, if he benches 2 more Regirocks and attaches a strong energy, that's 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, which is not a knockout still. So we're going to play this Flare Grunt here, get rid of the energy, and we're going to pass. The only way he could possibly knock us out is if he gets 2 more Regirocks on the bench, and a Giovanni, and a strong energy. And he already missed one of those pieces, so we don't have to worry about getting knocked out just yet. But soon enough, we may have to deal with that. So hopefully we could draw into something here. We have, at the very least, we can Lysander up the Regirock next turn, play Max Potion. To hopefully prevent him from retreating for a turn or two. I think that'll be the best plan, because getting rid of his energies, he has Carbink here. We just got a Carbink of our own, so we can survive a little longer. So play the Max Potion, and we are going to Lysander up the Regirock to try and burn as much time as possible. Alright. Fighting isn't a very easy matchup anymore because of the Regirock, but if you can whittle them down to their last couple of resources, you can really get the Regirock stuck active late game, and since they bench 2, if they even get a Float Stone or something for 1, maybe the other one may not be lucky enough to have a floatstone put on it, or maybe you mill away their resources, their switches, their AZ, maybe some VS Seekers with the Team Rocket's handiwork and with your Bumblebee and whatnot. Alright, cool. So we have Lucario as well, which we're going to hold in our hand until we have to Cassius our Wailord, and then we will send up the Lucario. The cool thing about Carbink is that the only Pokemon that can hit Carbink is their own Carbink, which isn't going to be one-shotting our Carbink. Because he could do... Well, right now he's doing 70, but we have 90 HP, so he needs another strong energy. Yeah. So we're getting a lot of time here locking this Regirock active. And if he picks it up and retreats it, we could just send up the Zygarde, honestly. Because how much damage is the Zygarde really going to do? Alright, a Sycamore. He's going to burn... Ooh, Crushing Hammer. A lot of decks on PTCGO, I feel, run Crushing Hammers for no reason, it seems. But the reason that they're running Crushing Hammer, I think, is because they just don't have enough cards. So they have no choice. So this is going to be hitting me for 70. Not too bad. Oh, that's 90? 20, 40, 60, 80, 90. Yeah, 90. My bad. If he attaches another strong, that's 60, 80, 100, 120, 130, which is not a knockout. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to VS Seeker for the Lysander here. Not that, not that. Crushing Hammer, try and take off the strong energy. Tails, and I'll spend a turn using Team Flare Grunt instead of playing the Lysander, and I'll pass. That's crazy. Lance Pulse hits for so much damage for 1 energy. 40 for a Stadium and an energy, and it's if there's any Stadium in play. So even if I play Rough Seas, he gets to abuse it. So 40 damage just for 1 energy is already sick. But with whatever Regirock gives you, and with the potential Fighting Stadium, it's so much more damage than that. And it's pretty crazy. So I'm just going to keep using Flare Grunt, kind of force a Carbink out of my opponent. How many energies are in here already? We have 1 switch, 4 fighting energy, 1 strong. That's 5, 6 fightings. 2 strongs in play. And an N. So we get to plus 2 cards out of this. Our opponent is down to 20 cards in deck, so we can start getting our little deck out going here. We hit a Fan Club and a Rough Seas. The Durant, in case our opponent starts building up their hand. We hit a Skyla to get a Max Potion or something else. We're taking 20 less thanks to Hard Charm, so we're not going to have to worry about too much right now. We could just Fan Club, get out 2 Wailords, and we're poised to take the first game of this standard tournament. Sadly, they stopped doing the 24 ticket tournaments. Otherwise, I would be doing one of those high stakes tournaments. But I actually ended up missing out on that, so that kind of sucks. But whatever. Alright, the Cell Storm. I don't think that's too big a deal. 60, 70, 80. Muscle Band on Regirock, so Floatstone's out of the window. So we're going to be taking 60. So Cell Storm did the same damage as Lance Pulse last turn? I don't know, because we took 20, 40, 50, 60. But he had Fighting Stadium in play, that's why. Okay. Heal. We're going to go ahead, VS Seeker, get out a Flare Grunt, so that we don't have to deal with Land's Wrath. Because that's a pretty annoying attack. Oh man, I didn't even notice he benched that guy. That sucks. So we kind of wasted a VS Seeker there. I didn't realize he benched the Energy Keeper Carbink. That's my mistake. Whew. 100, 110, 120, 140. Even if he was to hit 140, it wouldn't be a knockout. And he doesn't. He only hits the 80, putting me at 140. Now, if he was to hit the 140, it would be a knockout. But I'm just going to AZ my Wailord here. Send up a new one. And bench this one again. I think next turn I'm going to Skyla for Team Rocket's Handiwork to get it in my discard. I also could Skyla for the second piece of Puzzle of Time. Just to get back some VS Seekers, some Flare Grunts, or whatever. Not being able to take off energies from his basic Pokemon, or the basic energies at least, kind of sucks. 100, 120, 130, 140. That's not such a big deal. If I take off the strong energy, that's one of his last, because that's 1, 2. Then he has 1 in the discard. Alright, yeah. That sucks. I'm debating just giving him the knockout here. I needed to flip a heads to get rid of his strong energy. So I'm debating just giving him the knockout. I might just Skyla for the... Yeah. That's all I can do, really, is just burn a little bit of time. Skyla for the puzzle piece. I have 2 prizes this game. Well, that changes things. I'll just get the Handiwork. And then he can end himself. I can end him down to 4 in a little. Once he gets this knockout, I can start ending him to 4. Hopefully I can just Handiwork away some of his energy. Maybe his Carbink break, so I don't have to worry about him setting up all his Pokemon. The last thing I want is a Regirock with 3 energy ready to attack. I want to Lysander this Regirock at some point in this game and kind of force my opponent to, to have to play more switching cards or to waste his VS Seekers on AZ when he could be using them on N. He already played 2 N, 1 VS, and 1 switching card, so we'll see what happens there. Tails. So that's 4 tails out of 4 flips this game. So I don't know if you guys know, if you guys have watched some of my last couple of videos, but I don't flip heads ever. So don't be surprised if I end up losing this game because I flip tails on every single coin flip. Yeah, that 140 is like it's perfect math for my opponent. Kind of annoying. I'm not really getting anything here. I need to take off that strong energy so his math isn't two-shotting me anymore. Hopefully we can pull something here out of this end. Alright, we got a Crushing Hammer. We got to flip a heads. We got to flip heads. Cool. So, assuming he doesn't get his last strong energy, we're safe for at least 1 more turn. And then we can just AZ our Wailord and bring up another one. So hopefully that doesn't happen. So it looks like this guy's going for like a speed kind of fighting build. I think he just whiffed an energy off Max Elixir there. He gets the Carbink break. Even if he spends a turn using Carbink break, he can like set up Regirock to hit what? 100, 120, putting on 2 strongs, that's 160. I don't know, man. Because I think if Regirock starts hitting, it's going to be really annoying. So I just don't want that to happen at all. And I'll pass. He's down to 16 cards with 3 in hand. So, well, 15 with 4 in hand. So 19 cards total he's down to. If I can get some of these Handiworks going, I should be fine. I just need to discard some of his vital resources with Team Rocket's Handiwork. Yeah, I wouldn't have minded him hitting those Max Elixirs, because I'm not too worried about energy. What I'm more worried about is him decking out. So down to 16 cards here. He's only hitting 80 a turn, which I'm healing down to 50 right now, so that's not so bad. It's Handiwork. Hopefully we get a couple heads here. 2 heads, yeah. So we got rid of Max Elixir, Xerosic, Center Lady, and something else that I didn't get to see. And we'll pass. So now he's going to hit us up to 80, I think. which would put us at one. Oh, delinquent. Whoa, no way. That's really not a big deal at all. I'll just get rid of Shauna, Cassius, and N. Delinquent doesn't do anything to my deck, really. Now, if he does it again, and discards my Rough Seas, then it'll be annoying, but right now it's not that big a deal. I'm going to use the Enhanced Hammer. Usually I would save it, but he's down to like one more strong energy after this, so I really don't want to risk like ending myself into it when I can't use it if he doesn't have the strong energy, if it's prized or something. And I'm going to play N so that he has to draw an extra card, and so I get my full 6. Playing this Hard Charm means there's no way he's going to knock me out next turn. And then I'll just Max Potion off all the damage he does. This is when another delinquent might hurt, but I mean, I really don't expect it. Like, even if he does it, I'll get rid of the middle 3 cards in my hand. Alright, he doesn't even do it. So he's hitting me for 60. If I Rough Seas and he attaches a strong energy, I go down to 130 and he hits 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 120. So he gets the knockout. So I have to play the Max Potion here. I don't know how you guys play this deck, but the way I play this deck is I expect the worst, and I use my Max Potion when it's actually... Wow, double tails twice on this card. I play the Max Potion when it's actually possible that my opponent can pull like a rabbit out of his hat to get the knockout, but I try not to be too crazy with it. Like the Giovanni thing earlier, that was something that I was okay with happening, because if he did hit that, then it's information for the future, but I really didn't expect it too much. He's going to put on 2 strongs. That's going to be annoying. So 100, 120, 140, 150, 160 now. I got to start. I got to win. I got to win quick. I mean, I'm just going to pass here. I'm not too worried. I can Cassius in this Wailord if I have to. I can AZ. He's going to run out of cards soon. I don't know how many VS he plays, but he seems to be holding on to them. Like, honestly, if I hit VS Secret, Team Rocket's Handiwork, and flip double heads, I just win. That's his third and most likely his final switch, so I could send up the Shaman or the Carbink or even the Regirock and hopefully keep them active. The 140 is bad because that means that if I heal down to 110, it's still going to be 140. I'm going to put this energy down on Carbink because I want to get it out of my hand. I'm going to AZ my Wailord. And I'm going to send up Aegislash since my opponent has 2 strong energies down. I'm going to pass. I could have done Carbink as well, kind of force my opponent to retreat, but I'll use Carbink just in case. Or I could start attacking with it if I really have to, but I think I'll be fine. He's probably going to retreat to the Regirock here. That's what I would do. Hit me for 120. And then if he does retreat and gets rid of gets rid of 1 strong energy. Wow, he actually did retreat. So a lot of his energies are in the discard now. He's going to do Bedrock Press, and then I'm just going to send up the freaking Carbink. And then his Carbink's hitting my Carbink for 30. And he's down to 3 cards in deck. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and shuffle in the Aegislash. And we will send up the Carbink. Probably going to force him to have to use his Carbink. And we'll pass. Normally I wouldn't play down the energy until the turn I was going to end. I just wanted to have it down just in case. One thing about this deck, alright, so my opponent scoops because there's no way he can get through this Carbink in time. So that's the first round. But with this deck, normally you want to hold your energy and whatever Pokemon you're going to play to attack, like in your hand, until you have every piece. And then you're going to play it down. all at once, so your opponent can't really prepare for it. Because the idea of Wailord is that you kind of want to control your opponent, and you want them to be able to. You don't want them to be able to kind of play around you. You want to. Well, no, that's exactly what you want to do. You want them to have to change their gameplay to match what you're doing to them. So you're setting the pace of the game. Instead of you reacting to them, they're always reacting to you. So it's like you're playing the game, and they just have to sit there and deal with it. And if they can't deal with it, then they're gonna lose that round. So that's kind of what happened with my opponent there. There's no telling what I'm going to face here. I could face an auto loss. I think that Vespiquen Night March deck might have been a tough matchup for me because of the puzzles and the DCEs, but I also think it's winnable as long as I could get out Aegislash if they can't use Hex. If I take off their energy and Aegislash, so they need Hex and another DCE, it's possible. But, so this is the second round. It looks like a straight water deck, probably a theme deck, which is going to be scary. Even worse, it could be Greninja, which is an auto loss. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was Greninja. But I have Team Rocket's handiwork, so I'm just going to try and deck my opponent out. Or at least discard some vital resources. And sure enough, that's what it is. He's probably happy. Hopefully I can flip heads. I don't know if it's the coin, if it's just the RNG of PTCGO, like, hating on me, or what. But, oh, I just can't flip heads when I need to. And it's pretty annoying. Send this mad face. Because I hate playing against Greninja. Plays town map, play dive ball. Prized Remoraid, he plays a switch, but it's prized. So I can Lysander up the Octillery, I might be stuck, because if he plays switch, he probably doesn't play AZ, because that's redundant. But then again, I wouldn't put it past PTCGO to have some crazy counts. Alright, so one heads. That's fair. We got rid of a frog. So that's one less frog, and we'll pass. Oh, he sent a sad face. So that's a second frog. He has none prized. Assuming he has none in hand, he will get out 3 frogs. And then we're kind of stuck. We can't do too much after that. And he plays the Muscle Band, so he can one-shot Wailord. Because they do 60 with water duplicate, with Giant Water Shuriken rather. 60 with the second one, that's 120. 30 with another one, that is one with a regular XY Water Shuriken, that's 150. And then they do another, they do another 100 with Moonlight Slash to get the perfect 250 in one turn. But that requires having 3 energy every turn, so I'm not too worried about it, but it's still going to be annoying. But, I mean, it's not like I've never beaten this deck before, and maybe my opponent isn't going to really think too hard on how to beat me, so maybe he'll try preserving resources. The best way to knock out, the best way rather to beat Wailord is to keep spamming Handiwork as much as possible. Wailord, I meant Greninja. When I was testing this deck out in its early stages, before I was able to, before I was playing the 3 Handiwork, I had 1 Handiwork, 1 Delinquent, and when I played against Greninja, I would just spam the 1 Handiwork and Trick Shovel, since I played a Trick Shovel, and I would just hope for the best, and it actually ended up working out that way. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, this guy knows what he's doing. So I'm pretty much going to suffer a knockout. I'll play Max Potion. VS Seeker for the Rocket's Handiwork. And hope for the best. No. Hey. Get rid of a Froakie and a Trainer's Mail. He has nothing in his discard. It's probably just gonna Moonlight Slash. Oh man, the breaks. Not the breaks. I gotta Lysander that dumb Octillery, cause like, if he does only play the one switch, if I could set up this dumb Octillery, I can just keep Flare Grunting it as much as possible, until the guy can't really do anything. So he pretty much has the guaranteed knockout next turn. So I'm gonna play Bunnelby, attached to it, Cassius, my Wailord into the deck, send up the bunny, and I'm gonna Burrow. I know I'm giving them a free prize and potentially the switch, but whatever. I need to discard cards for my opponent's deck. I also could have just Rototillered in a the VS Seeker here. Maybe the Max Potion, but those cards really don't do too much since they one-shot you. And he's like, he'll probably burn the Giant Water Shuriken on a... Okay, he's burning it on Bunnelby for some reason. What's he gonna take? What's he gonna take? Took the... of course it's the one card I don't remember. I think it was an energy. But he didn't take the switch, which is what matters. Alright, Sacred Ash. So, he's going to shuffle in 2 cards if he plays it now. Which he doesn't. Yeah, that Muscle Band's really annoying. Gonna shuffle in my Bunnelby and I'm gonna play N. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's gonna be 25 cards in deck with 23 in hand, or with 5 in hand. I think next turn I'll Skyla for Lysander for Octillery. If he's good, he'll retreat into the other Greninja. To kind of set up a knockout for next turn, so that he could like retreat into the Greninja that has the Muscle Band attached next turn, to hit the perfect 250. But we'll see. He might not. He got the Dive Ball. And he's just gonna play it. Okay, like I could... No, he's gonna evolve that one, I think, for no reason. That would actually be really good for me, because if he evolves that one, it takes an extra step out of his... one-shot here. So we could do 60, 120, 150. This turn is 60, 120, 150... 200 with Mist Slash is alright, but he's not gonna do that. Yeah, he's just gonna Moonlight Slash, and then I'm gonna end to get rid of his Professor's Letter and his he didn't take the energy off. Maybe he forgot or something. But I'm gonna end to get rid of his Professor's Letter and his 180, 240. Yeah, I'm gonna end and get rid of his Professor's Letter, 2 Waters, and his Break. I was debating playing the Max Potion. That's why I was sitting there doing the math, because I didn't know if it would be the right call, but I think I pretty much have to. Hopefully I can Crushing Off that energy. It's not gonna be that big a deal, but it'll be nice if I can. I mean, of course not, but whatever. And I'll just pass. So here I can puzzle, get back Max Potion, and Team Rocket's Handiwork. I will probably end up getting the Handiwork and the VS Seeker, so I can play N again if I have to. I know I'd suffer a knockout, but... I mean, there's not much else I can do, really. I gotta give him some prizes at some point. There's not much really that can counter Greninja. You could play, I think, the Theta Stop Malamar. You could play Mega Sceptile EX, or you could play Baltoy from Ancient Origins. They all have the Theta Stop ability, which will prevent the Water Shurikens. But the Baltoy sort of dies to one Moonlight Slash. The Sceptile is 2 cards. And with no Pokemon, with no evolved Pokemon search in this deck, it's kind of risky. And the Malamar I think is too weak. So probably Sceptile would be the best out of all of them, but that's if you can even get him out versus Greninja. You'd probably need to play an Ultra Ball or just a Trevor. I don't know if Trevor is in the standard format, but if it is, that's probably what you would want to play. He hit me to 140. Alright, we hit an N here, so we can actually play the time puzzles for the Max Potion and the Team Rocket. So that's pretty fortunate. I mean, it would be grimy, but one way we could win is by freaking running our opponent out of time. So that might be nice. So either we run him out of cards in deck, or we run him out of time in the game. That'd be really cool. Probably gonna flip double tails here. Okay, one heads. Got rid of Sacred Ash. We got rid of Sacred Ash and Energy Retrieval, I think. Hell yeah. That was incredible. Another thing is, once our opponent runs out of water, since he has 3 here, if he doesn't play Fisherman, considering he just had an Energy Retrieval, we could even survive that way. Oh, there it is. Never mind. I think he's gonna get, yeah, he's gonna go for the knockout this turn. So that sucks. He's gonna start getting one-shots. So I'm just gonna end him to 3. And then I'm gonna hope for the best. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards in hand. He's gonna have 3 prizes left. We're gonna bring him back up to like 14 cards. We wanna Lysander this Octillery now. Hopefully he doesn't get back to Switch. Hopefully he goes for like the Remoraid and the VS Seeker. But we wanna Lysander up the Octillery, because that's going to give us our best chance of winning this game, is if we bring up Octillery and keep removing energies off of it. Otherwise, we're pretty screwed. Oh, man. So, Megaphone, Ultra Ball, Remoraid, Switch, VS Seeker. He took Switch and VS Seeker. So that's not what we wanted. He has a 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 card hand. So we'll be bringing him to 18 cards. We hit Handiwork, so I'm just going to play it. Double Tails. Nope. Ultra Ball and a Shauna. He's down to 8 cards. He has the VS Seeker. He could shuffle his own hand in with Shauna. I'm not sure if he plays an N. He's probably going to get another knockout here. We can end him to 1. But then he has Octillery's Abyssal Hand. So that's annoying. Yeah, he's going to get another knockout here. So, we're probably going to lose. The only hope we have is Rocket. What's that? Just going to put in a bunch of waters to his hand. I think he's playing it smart, because now if I end him to 1, his deck is gonna be up to like 18. I need the Lysander here, and even then he has the Switch, so this isn't gonna be an easy game. This is gonna be pretty ridiculously tough. It's just it's Greninja, man. There's nothing you can do about Greninja. The fact that they kill you in 1 turn is just annoying. Yeah, I didn't hit anything, and he has all the waters, so that'll be game. Actually, he doesn't have all the waters anymore, but he might hit them. Yeah, he's up to 20 cards now, and we have nothing. We have the Lysander, in case he doesn't hit switch. But if he doesn't win this turn, then... I don't know, he only needs 3 energies. 2 more now. Yeah, he'll have it. Yep, GG, dude. No, let me concede. No. Hey. Alright, guys. Well, that's the deck. It was kind of cool playing against Greninja that round, because you actually got to see the deck when it's getting destroyed by Greninja. You got to see kind of how I wanted to play against it, even though I wasn't able to draw into the cards to allow me to play against it the way I wanted to. You still kind of got to see it in action versus its worst matchup, and you got to see it in action versus an iffy matchup that turned out to be a win. But that's the Wailord deck. It's really good, guys. Try it out online. Thanks for watching this tournament. I just won 1 pack of Fates Collide and 1 random pack. So 2 packs, hell yeah. I'll see you guys next week on Monday for Standard. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe to the Tough Puff, and I'll see you next time.